Hey folks, Deano here again. This time, taking a look at another recast head sculpt. Yep, we seem to be doing quite a few of those on the channel lately. But yeah, basically, another recast, this time of the Air Windswept Legendary Super Saiyan Goku head sculpt in translucent yellow plastic, which, yeah, you know what's going to happen to that hair. I am going to paint it. Yeah, this particular recast was done by PT Customs, I believe. Which, yeah, it's good for the most part. We will get into it a bit more later. But yeah, there's one slight issue with it, let's say. The sculpt itself is fine. The faces look fantastic, but yeah, there is an issue which the eagle-eyed among you might have already noticed, but yeah, we will get into that later. But yeah, we have a small selection of bodies here. Most of them battle damaged because, of course, this hair is specific to Namek Goku. Very specific, in fact. It's basically the scene after he sort of calls Frieza full and completely wipes him out. Well, he doesn't completely kill him, obviously, but we all know what happened to him later. He gets sliced and diced. But yeah, the hair is specific for that scene, which means it'll only really work with Namek Super Saiyan Goku bodies. But I also have the Demoniacal Fit one here because it's a 3.0, and I frankly wanted to see what it would look like. Also, because the head sculpt originally was using the face sort of design from Legendary Super Saiyan Goku, and in fact still is, even the recast is doing the same thing, that should mean that the faces are all swappable. So I also have a selection of heads here and faces to swap to and fro between. So yeah, let's get started, shall we? We will bring the faces and such closer to the camera and we'll have a good look at them. So, PT Customs have pretty much perfectly cloned this, to be completely honest with you. The hair is very sharply detailed. It's not lost any of its detail whatsoever. And the three faces we get, I believe we may actually get one extra than the normal one came with. That being this stern looking forward face. Because, yeah, as far as I can remember, the original head sculpt only came with the face looking off to the side, which looks really good, I have to say. That may actually overtake the ones Jesse Custom have been using, but we will test them out anyway. And finally, this one, which was the one I was most interested in, which is basically him contemplating the fact that he's just what he believes to have blown Frieza away. That sort of sad look at the very end before he flies off and tries to find a ship. So yeah, looking really, really good. And as you can see, like, the type of translucent yellow that they've used really sort of glows under any sort of light. I think that's quite insane, and I think a little bit of added paint on top of that will make it look really, really nice. I really do. Probably not see the conclusion to that spraying session until probably months from now, to be completely honest with you. It's far too cold to do any sort of spray painting outdoors in the UK at this point. And also very dangerous to do it indoors. So yeah, definitely won't be doing that until later at least. But yeah, I really like these. But as I said earlier, the elephant in the room is the skin tone. yeah, I alluded to it earlier. I don't know why PT Custom decided to go with this particular skin tone. It doesn't match Legendary Super Saiyan at all. In fact, looking up at the bodies that I've selected here, I would quite honestly say the only body this really works with is the Black Hole Toys event exclusive Warrior Awakening Goku, which, yeah, I'm not sure why we went with this skin tone, to be completely honest. Honestly, it looks like the same skin tone as the one Black Hole Toys actually gave us. Was it that body, or was it... No, this come with a Super Saiyan 4 Goku in that head sculpt. So yeah, the skin tones are very similar to that. And I really don't get why. Like, Goku's skin tone is not that pale. Especially the Legendary Super Saiyan. It's a very... how do you describe it? Almost mustardy? Is that a phrase? But yeah. Unfortunate. So that kind of means that it won't really work all that well in Legendary Super Saiyan, but we will see in a second when I start using the bodies for head swaps. So yeah, let's get on with it, shall we? So, with this particular head sculpt, I'll be starting off with the 2.0 bodies, because for some reason, I think it's because of the translucent plastic, it's not the softest on the planet. Like, I am used to these recasts being like really soft, almost resin sort of things, but this reminds me a lot more of the Kami 1 Goku head sculpt that I took a look at. The one that I thought may have been a recast, but we haven't seen it since. So yeah, quite strange. It is harder plastic, so yeah, I am worried about this neck peg stretching. So let's start off with the Warrior Awakening body, which is the one I honestly believe that the skin tone will match the best with. So you can pop that in. That does actually fit in nicely. Okay. Let's take it off first, actually, and have a look. You can see there, PT Custom haven't actually got rid of the air logo, either on the hair or on the back of the faces, either. You can make out the air logo there. Bit naughty, but hey. So you can see, pops on, kind of a loose fit. This is the face that came on the head out of the package, so it's a little bit on the loose side. It does fit, just not as tightly as I would like. So yeah, if we pop that on right there, and as you can see, yeah, even here the skin tone doesn't really match all that well. In fact, it more matches the colour of the chest, which you can't really see on camera. In fact, this is actually a bit loose even without using anything else. So yeah, a bit of a shame. That is unfortunate. Next up, this is the Demonico Fit Fury Awakening. We'll see what it looks like on there. Again, yeah, loose fit to begin with. So yeah, unfortunately, without a bit of blue tack, this head doesn't seem to be built for 2.0s at all, unfortunately. I suppose you could maybe drill out the peg hole a little bit further, because I am noticing, if we take the faces off again, yeah, it doesn't seem to go all the way in. So yeah, you could pop that in a bit further with a little bit of drilling, and it would probably work a bit better. But yeah, unfortunate with the 2.0s so far. Let's try putting in the standard off to the side face, because this will work a bit better for the next body, being the Martialist River. this is Return from Beyond, but both Martialist Forever bodies have the same neck peg system, which is slightly smaller than Legendary Super Saiyan, which is why I'm going with this first. And let's see. Yeah, that's slotted in quite nicely. And surprisingly, the skin tone matches really well on this one. I wasn't expecting that. That also gives Martialist Forever quite the dynamic look with that windswept hair. To be honest, I quite like that. I wasn't expecting to like that as much. But yeah, works out quite well. Okay, that is a good start for the 3.0 bodies. This is the bootleg 3.0, which I have had to since glue the neck peg in place because it was getting far too loose. Same with the legs. Like, this was a really good bootleg when it released, but obviously bootleg plastics, it's not going to stay tight for as long. So yeah, let's have a look, shall we? Okay, but I mean, it works. Skin tone obviously nowhere near matching here, but it's a bootleg. Like, I think you could get away with that, quite honestly. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Obviously, with the best selection figure releasing for a relatively decent price, I don't think the bootleg has a place in anyone's collection anymore, but that's just me. And finally, let's take a look at the one everyone wants it for. There we go. And yeah, again, the skin tone seems to match the chest on this. This is the first release version of Legendary Super Saiyan, so it has the weird mismatch on the chest. Pop in that right there. The face where he's contemplating what he's just done. And yeah, that looks great. Like, the skin tone isn't quite as bad as I thought it would be. It's obviously, it doesn't match fully, but it's not to the point where you can't use the head. So yeah, I'm quite happy at that. Really quite happy. And I quite love this hair. Like, I always liked the look of this hair. It's very accurate to that scene. It's just that I never thought it was worth the 40 odd quid that it was going for basically since its release. But this one is 20 odd quid. It's a lot cheaper. So yeah, obviously the link will be in the description below if you want to purchase this. Really loving these recasts so far. But yeah, we will leave the head on this body at this point, I believe. Goes quite well. Well, it should, anyway, but... so we have some of these faces here. The first one I'll be trying is just the standard smirk face from Legendary Super Saiyan. These should pop on perfectly fine. And yeah, they do. They definitely do. Clicked in nicely. And yeah, that is pretty much perfect. Works really well. Next up, fell out. The peg system for this does seem a little bit on the loose side, so bear that in mind. This is the head that came, or the face that came with Black Hole Toys. Again, let's see what that looks like. And yeah, that's not too bad. Obviously, I've always thought the faces that came with that were a bit bug-eyed looking. The green for his eyes was quite big. But yeah, it works. Not too terrible, I have to say. Just moving all the heads out of the way that I've already used. We have the full-on yelling face, the bizarre looking one that I really don't like. Makes him look far too cartoonish in my opinion, but there we go. That still works. And obviously, if he's yelling "you fool" at Frieza, then this face should work reasonably fine. We have the stern face that came with Jesse Custom. See what that looks like. Right there. There we go. And yeah, again, so far, they're all popping in perfectly fine, despite being from different figures and such. So yeah, looking nice so far. We have this one, which is, again, the Jesse Custom. This is the smirk looking off to the side, which I think looks quite good for this. Only problem I'm having is, obviously you can get this hair in different directions. This design is accurate to the anime in the manga, where it's swooshing off to the left, but you can get it going to the right, which would probably work better for Legendary Super Saiyan, because that's the way the belt is flying. Never liked the fact that Legendary Super Saiyan, you were basically stuck with the belt floating in separate directions. You can put it that way, but it doesn't look quite as natural. But yeah, very, very good. And finally, we have the Z Fighters faces, which, yeah, yet again, fits perfectly fine. Absolutely no issues whatsoever. And yeah, I like it. The gold and such, the deeper yellow on the Z Fighters faces, actually lends itself quite well to this translucent plastic. I don't know what it is. I love the Z Fighters faces. I can't wait to try them on, well, at the time of this recording I don't have Games Begin yet, but hopefully very soon. But this video may go out after I have the figure. So yeah, let's just pop in the original hair that we get with Legendary Super Saiyan and see how these new faces look on it. First one being the looking off to the side, and yeah, those pop in very nicely and securely. Oh yeah, I like that. That looks really good, that looking off to the side face. I think when I get the best selection version of the figure, I think that side looking face will be going on the standard head. I really do. That looks really good. Oh, I forgot I had modified this. Apologies folks. Pop that back in quickly, because we are not done with this head just yet. There we go. Try it with the stern looking forward face. And again, very nice. These more accurate faces actually breathe some new life into this head sculpt, in my opinion. I was not really fond of this head. I thought it was just the head sculpt itself, but yeah, it's kind of the faces as well. The more accurate faces really suit this head sculpt. I like it. And finally, this is the only one we'll be doing all three on, just an FYI, because I know this video is getting on in the time scales. And yeah, if you didn't want to use the Windswept hair for whatever reason, that still works reasonably well. Like, I'm just looking down at what he's done, contemplating. So yeah, nice. Again, a bit pops off, but we'll just leave it off this time. Next up, I think we will put the legendary Super Saiyan head back a bit, and we'll take a look at this head sculpt. This is the Jesse Custom recast of Worm's Super Saiyan 2 head, which again uses the same peg system, so it should just use the faces quite easily. Yeah, there we go. Very nice. That looks really good, actually. I do quite like this Super Saiyan 2 head sculpt. I don't yet have the DKO Super Saiyan 2 Goku. It's on its way. It just got delayed at customs because, of course, it did. But yeah, looking really, really good. I still really like that head sculpt, especially for the price. Now, this one I won't bother putting it on a body, because I'm pretty sure it won't fit without a bit of modification. Let's have a quick look, shall we? Yeah, it won't. For those of you who are unaware, you can modify these faces to fit. In fact, I will show it right here. Between like this, the Jesse Super Saiyan 2 video, and the upcoming Games Begin, I will be showing this again and again, just so that people know what's going on. So I accidentally done that off camera, but you want to cut this excess plastic at the side off into this angle. You basically want the same angle as, where is this one? There we go. And yeah, this will probably work with Games Begin as well. So yeah, you basically want it at the same angle as the Z Fighters faces. Those do not have this extra sort of notch and extra flat piece at the side. Cutting this off does not affect it fitting the Legendary Super Saiyan mold at all, just so people are aware. Does not affect it in the slightest. So yeah, do not be afraid to do this if you do want more compatibility. So yeah, now that I've done this, this should, in theory, just, yeah, fit absolutely fine on the Z Fighter sculpt, and I'm hoping the Games Begin sculpt. I know there's been conflicting reports between various creators that they don't fit, they do fit. I'm going to go with burst, with the fact that they do fit if you fudge it on, which in my opinion means you need to get rid of this cut. So yeah, again, that bit will end up fitting perfectly fine as long as you do that mod. So yeah, bear that in mind. And finally, this is the one from Demoniacal Fits Fury Awakening. Now, in theory it shouldn't fit, it's an entirely different peg system, but I have been messing about with this hair lately, and if you literally just sit it there and then maneuver the front bangs on, they will not fit on perfectly. You see there is a slight gap, but it will hold these faces in place. And yeah, I think that looks stunning. Honestly, that looks really, really good. So yeah, just another quick little, not so much a mod, but more of a hack. Obviously, faces do not fit perfectly, but these faces are quite a bit better than the ones that come with Fury Awakening. So yeah, unfortunately, that same technique does not work with the standard heads. It only works with the Windswept for some reason. So yeah, something to keep in mind. But yeah, guys, end of the day, I do recommend this head sculpt. I really do. Like, it's cheaper, especially nowadays, than the original Air Sculpt. It does look really good, despite the slight difference in skin tone than what it should have. But yeah, it, in my opinion, really completes the look of Legendary Super Saiyan Goku. And I will definitely have it on one of the Legendary Super Saiyan bodies that I use. Obviously, DCG still holds the crown for best looking standard Legendary Super Saiyan sculpt to me. But Windswept, more dynamic. Yeah, this one takes cake. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. As I said before, link is in the description if you wish to purchase. Leave a like if you enjoyed. And until next time, folks, I'll see y'all later.